Good morning everyone. Here with I am Dr. Kalpit Sanghvi on behalf of National Commission for Homeopathy. Homeopathy Education Board is coming up with the range of electives, and I would like to congratulate you for selecting this elective as a part of your syllabus, because this very well coincides with the syllabus of BHMS ranging from anatomy to practice of medicine. What we are expecting is, as a soft skill which is very much required as a part of being an homeopath, we need to understand what kind of our personal development happens with the arena of in a teamwork. Today we are here to explore the significance of teamwork in the field of homeopathy and beyond. And some might wonder, is teamwork truly necessary in homeopathy? Traditionally, homeopathy has been seen as a solitary practice. We have seen quite a good number of people practices almost individually, independently, working with the patients quite successfully and practicing solitary in a solitary setups. However, in today's dynamic healthcare landscape, the concept of group practice is emerging as a new frontier. Whether you are working independently or within a larger organization, effective teamwork skills are indispensable for success. How these teamwork skills can add value to your being professionally skilled homeopath? Let us understand this. In the realm of homeocare, particularly in homeopathy, where the vitality of the human body is understood as a dynamic state of harmony, teamwork takes on profound meaning. When we say health is a harmonious feature, like just as the vital force orchestrates healing in homeopathy, we have seen vital force exhibiting and existing in a state of health in a perfect orchestrated phenomenon, so the health persists. And if this orchestration, we can say the vital force doesn't operate it on an optimal phase, if any of our system is not in aligning with the other systems, the whole body starts producing some symptoms and we call it as a disease. So every organ and tissues of our body works in harmony, in coordination with each other. So it's a perfect example of a teamwork of each organ, each system perfectly functioning in its state of health. So teamwork among homeopathy practitioners amplifies our potential to learn, grow and become compassionate healer. So what exactly is teamwork? At its core, teamwork is a collaborative effort. Remember these words, these are all words signifying the quality of teamwork. Is a collaborative effort of a group of individuals working together to achieve a common goal. So it's a group of people, like group of systems and organs works together in collaboration for achieving a optimum outcome. So group of individuals working together to achieve a common goal. And that's why I usually define team, T-E-A-M, together everyone achieves more. So when team comes with a common alignment, common goal, it comes with a perfect standards of achieving more in their area of functioning. But it's more than just working together. It requires effective communication. When we say effective communication, it's very, very important. And most of the time, when team doesn't perform well, the core area or problem lies in the communications. Good teams just break apart in absence of an effective communication. So effective communication lies very, very important role in team functioning. Say for example, if one member is operating at one level and he assumes the other member will understand, if he doesn't communicate properly to that person. In a hospital setup, whatever is the thought, he has given a thought to a patient, whatever his understanding is there, whatever the investigation he ordered, if he has not informed the other person might have a gap of communication and then probably start blaming each other. then the effects, we will see the challenges of when teamwork is not functioning in a later stage of this presentation. So, it requires effective communication, not only communication, but effective communication. The outcome of communication has to be smooth between the people working in a team. And on the grounds of effective communication, the coordination happens of all the functions of a team. And these coordination, on this foundation, the wall of building is a coordination, and then it creates a collaboration of working together. So, it is not only a working together, it requires often effective communication, coordination and collaboration. Teamwork does not happen overnight, it progresses through stages. There are very typical and perfective stages. If we identify that stage and if we show that stage, how are we going to pass through these stages to form an effective teams. So, the first phase is forming a team. You bring together the people of all diverse capacities with having different strengths, minimizing their weaknesses. They identify the opportunities to come together and work together and eliminating all threats. So, forming a team requires a specific understanding of each individual. So, when you are creating a team, identify that. What kind of person is this, where he would be happy or going to be performing in this. So, we have seen number of times in a group of organization, when the person is misplaced in a different position rather than his qualities by a leader, and his performance goes drastically down. Or when the non-performing person, if you replace it with some his area of interest works, and probably his performance just improves like anything, and he start coordinating, communicating and effectively collaborating things. So, forming a team requires huge background work. After forming, you need to storming the things, identify the things, have a meetings, regular understanding. You can have creating teams. I always say so many times, it is like a God. Generation, organization and destruction or completion, we can say. So, organizing thing, before that you need to create things. So, whenever team comes together, have a meeting, clear the background ideas, why we are together, what are the outcomes we want to achieve with this, and in what way we are going to do that. If it is being well informed in a creation meeting by a team then having a clear cut idea, they can raise their doubts if at all it is there. They have their confidence level increased, they have their understanding and clarity clearing. So, that storming sessions before the task is opened, during the task and after the task also, there is a completion meeting, you can do it. So, however the plan you are doing it, it is going to help you out. Gradually norming, the third one is a norming things, and you are normalizing the things amongst the team members, and finally performing. So, teamwork is a process of these four stages: forming, storming, norming and performing. So, probably you understand how are we going to create a strong teams. Building strong team involves another aspects. What are the qualities? We must have an infinite trust amongst team member. So, establishing trust is the first step between the members of the team, and that can happen over an open communication. There should not be any hidden agendas in the team. If hidden agendas are there, it is not going to have an open communication with the members. So, trust will not be established, and if established trust is not there, you are not going to perform a good teamwork. So, establishing trust is a foundational thing. With open communication amongst the team members, Shared goals. If the people with the shared ideas, shared concepts, my vision and mission is aligned with my team's vision and mission. Stephen Covey has rightly said that the optimum or a best performing team has an alignment of individual vision and mission and organizational vision and mission are always in perfect harmony and alignment. So, they can perform extraordinary. There should not be a conflict of interest between my personal goal and the organizational goal. My personal goal and the organizational goal. Organizational goal and my personal goal has to be in alignment with each other. So, shared goals are very important and it has to be cleared beforehand. So, identifying the roles also depending on the shared goals is also another element of creating a strong foundational team, and that teamwork skills will help you out. So, clear roles and responsibilities to each and every member with an shared outcomes, with an open trust gives you a perfect functioning team. And if at all something is missing out, something is lost out, something is gapped out, happens, then regular feedback mechanism has to be there. If somebody is not okay with something, some functioning of some member, or somebody is not okay with the leadership of the team, then the regular feedback mechanism and evaluating that feedback mechanisms of a performance outcome creates a strong foundation for a teamwork outcomes. And of course, challenges arise in a team dynamics. How this challenge and what kind of challenge arise in a team dynamics, or why it is happening, and usually so many times with the same team different leader creates a wonderful outcomes, and some of the leaders are not able to create outcomes, they just start blaming the team or team members. So, teamwork and teamwork skills are very much essentials to produce and to bring out the best results. So, what kind of challenges or how, when teamwork is not functioning, if you are going to diagnose the things. So, the first and foremost trait or a criteria to understand the challenge of a teamwork is personality clashes. When 2, 3, 4 different personality comes in front, not in harmony, not in togetherness. So, then I am boss, or I am like this, this is my role, my department, you should not work in, you should not interfere in my department, or this is my work, you should not interfere in my work, you should do your work. We are not here in a solitary work assignments. There are a lot of games also available into the corporate world for establishing a teamwork efficacy. I happen to play one beautiful game where 5 members of a team given groups of blocks, and they were instructed to form an equal block. At the end of the game, everybody has a equal block with each other, but the block were messed up. Some block were them with the other person, one person A, some with person B, some with person C, person D, and we need not to ask our block, we need to give away. So, there should not be a ego things. Hey, I am asking you, you should take me the things. There are emotional aspects predominantly works and operates on a personality clashes, and that becomes the starting point of destroying team outcomes. Rather than teamwork won't exist. So, personality clashes is one of the biggest aspects. We need to be aware, we need to be conscious about the personality involved in the team, and we need to take care of the personality things. One beautiful aspect in one of my team members, we have when we on the discussion table, we have untold rule. If somebody is feeling hurt or emotionally disturbed or blamed, and he is uncomfortable when other person is describing, and he just stops, I am not feeling comfortable, can we stop here? I don't like to take these negative feedback because this is going to hamper my involvement with the team. So, you need to prevent that personality clashes, respecting each other's identity, dignity and honor. The second one is unequal workloads. Sooner or later, if somebody from the team is working very hard and he has been loaded with lot and more works, and somebody who is not doing work and he is always avoiding the task and he is just escaping from the situations, and these over a period of time will gradually, the hardworking person will feel कि I need to do, ये सब मुझे ही करना पड़ता है. So workload is lying on more and more on the sincere fellow, the committed fellows. So leader need to take care of that, and that conflict requires adept resolution techniques. So that resolution technique needs to be identified by overcoming these hurdles is essential for fostering collaborative patient care. When we are into an area of patient care, any disharmony in the team of a hospital setup or a patient care setup or a clinical setup or an academic setup, we need to identify a collaborative phenomenon. So how do we adopt teamwork in homeopathy and other medical setups? Say for example, how it is going to help us, how it is going to be utilized in our cases. Say for example, in shared case analysis, we have seen a case and we are a group of people, 3, 4, 5, and we work together. I share my case, you share your case, and we analyze the case with innate harmony and integrity to support each other. So everybody comes with a different perspective to understand the case, diagnosis, analyzing the case, evaluating the case, repertorizing or supporting, resolving the case, identifying the proper therapeutic measures for a case. So we have our limitations, we have some points missed out, and the team member can just point out that can be thought of. So case studies activities, it's also a group activity. How are we going to do a group case study activities? So that also requires a teamwork skills. Integrated medical practice are just a few ways we can leverage teamwork for better patient outcomes. This is a new arena. Nowadays, not only homeopathy, but whole Ayush systems, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and homeopathy. These not only these 5 systems, the allopathic medical systems, all medical system comes together for an integrated medical care systems, medical care services. So, and we have seen in a recent COVID arena, there were a lot of limitations of identifying and conquering the COVID-19 virus, because in allopathic science, if we are not able to identify the germ, the bacteria or the virus, then how can we deal with it? And even in the viral loads and viral capacity, it keeps on changing its forms. So it was a challenge for the allopathic mode of treatment, how to conquer these various forms of viruses, where Ayush system of medicine works on the host aspect. So if you work on basic immunity aspects, if there are medicines in a homeopathic system of medicine, if you can identify the individual characteristic, genetic, constitutional medicine, it can support the human mechanism. So by collaborating homeopathy and allopathy or any other systems whenever yoga is needed. So in the better patient care, these integrated medical practice is now no more far away things, because even our government has recognized the value and importance of integrated medical practice. So they instructed almost all the medical systems, though there is another 2 different ministries, Ministry of Health and Ministry of Ayush. Both ministry works in together for better patient care, for an healthy living, for an healthy life. So there also teamwork counts in. So better patient outcomes, everywhere there is a team playing in a role. So the benefit of teamwork in healthcare are manifold. So teamwork, almost every system, every science, every student must be thoroughly working on a teamwork or having a teamwork skills in that. So they can, wherever in whatever team they are working, they are producing the good results. It leads to improved patient outcomes, the results of a good teamwork. Good patient outcomes, increased efficiency and productivity, enhanced problem solving abilities, improved job satisfaction. You will be happy, more than happy to do the things, and reduced stress and burnout. You won't like to work in a stressed and conflicting environment, rather than you would like to work in a perfected, harmonious environment where everybody is taking care of each other, like a family. Team is like a family, again a family. It works like the people cares and concerns for the team member. People care for the overall outcome as well as individual outcomes. So naturally there are no conflicts, no stresses, no burnouts, and you will feel happy working in a team. So these are the results which we expect and outcomes for good teamwork skills. However, challenges, what we already discussed, personality conflicts, communication difficulties, lack of trust, unclear roles and responsibilities, and poor leadership must be addressed. So this is very, very important. To excel in teamwork, certain skills are fundamental. Re-summarizing the thing, effective communication. First, effective communication. Second, active listening, clear and concise communication, conflict resolution. These 4 aspects are related to communication. Effective communication lies where? In active listening. When somebody is sharing their problems, issues, happiness, anything, when somebody is talking, and if that person is getting the good listening partner, he would be more than happy. So active listening gives you there is a space in the heart of a speaker. Clear and concise communication. So communication should not be like very vivid and descriptive and the things. It has to be very clear and concise when it works to a communication, because when I am speaking and n number of students are listening, everybody listens a different thing, because everybody's background is different, everybody's understanding is different, because everybody listens from their own past experiences. So there is another chapter on communication skills. Communication never happens in speaking, it always happens in the listening of a person. What I speak is literally no use or no importance. It is perfectly all right when what you listen, when you listen, how you listen. That is where my communication lies. It is not in my speaking, it is in your listening. My communication happens. What you listen is very important. So, clear and concise communication, conflict resolution, problem solving, critical thinking is another area. You have another special domain on the critical thinking. Adaptability, adapting the situations is more important, and respect are indispensable qualities. So this is very, very important. We need to understand all these aspects of teamwork, ideating and essentiality and involving into our personality traits. This is very, very important. So with these idea of communication, when I say there are problem solving, I use a word problem solving. How do we solve a problem? Can anyone say? It is like, first to identify the problem. So when problem arises, try to define clearly the identity of a problem, the type of problems. So you need to identify the problem. And how can you identify the problem? Is exploring the information and create the ideas. Explore the information rather than becoming a reactive on an emotional pattern. Whenever we are listening to a problem, either it comes into a project or a task, whether it comes into a day-to-day our meetings, so many times we are operating from always listening concepts. Means we listen from our own prejudices. Like in aphorism 6, Hannibal says you have to exercise being physician of being an unprejudiced observer. Similarly, in a teamwork functioning, when you are listening to a people, when you are listening to someone, you need to keep your prejudices at bay, or you need to keep your emotions aside, just checking the facts which the other person is presenting. But it is very difficult. When someone says or describing the problem, probably we identify with the frame of reference that this person is having a trait like this. He always understand कि भाई इसी में this person is having a problem. He sees everywhere problem. So we just don't see the problem, and actually we are forgetting or we are missing out the problems. So we need to focus on the facts, explore the information, identify objectively, and create the ideas ki what kind of alternatives we can use for this. Select the best idea out of this, whatever may be the generated out of team, and or other possible alternatives you can add. Build and test the idea. You try, there are many things where you can try, test and try, and if it works you can go ahead with the things. So evaluate the result, what it speaks, that is very, very important. And recently in this recent CBDC also, and even the Quality Council has also given an criteria of any educational standards ki what we are studying, whether we are able to get that things or not. If as a student, how am I testing my teamwork skills? It is not about knowledge domain. It is about experiential domain. What I experience, what I exist, and what I express. What I experience, my experience defines my way of being, my existence, and then my expressions. So in that expressions, am I able to see the results, outcomes? So whenever we are seeing ki we should be knowing, being aware whether we are able to understand that or not. After understanding these concepts, are we able to apply it or not? If we are able to apply it, we need to analyze that thing, applying things. After applying, are we able to form a concepts out of it? And after exploring this connect, we would be able to evaluate and see the outcomes. So this is a sequel of the things, and that can be tested on a practical environment, where we need to form a team of 3, 4, 5 people with a heterogeneous qualities. Try to understand, take up some projects like doing a camps, understanding, analyzing the case, studying materials, going out into a hospital setups where different kind of activities going on, and our team start exhibiting our roles. So this, while doing this, we will come across the problems and issues, and with these problems and issues, how are we dealing with it? So that problem solving can be happening. In that, some other qualities which is very much required for a team building, and this is I personally call is a AAA phenomena, and it is a open secret for a happy, healthy and harmonious life. In any of the field of your life, career or professional things, you will be able to see these. If you are able to get this 3A in your life, no one can stop you from success or having an effective things. So how to form, create, exhibit and take a results from these teamwork skills. In teamwork, it is very much needed, and the one word which we have discussed is adaptability. So for this adaptability, that important element, how we can adapt the situations, there are 3A. The first is we need to adjust. We need to adjust into an environment where probably if we don't feel comfortable, we need to ourselves adjusting into that environment. It is not the environment can change. We need to change as per the environment. After adjusting ourselves into that given environment, we need to adopt what is going on, the dynamics over there, and we need to align our dynamics into that project, task, things, everything. So, we need to adopt the qualities, though we can present our concepts, ideas and things in a spirit of teamwork, but still we can always do that. So, adjust, we need to adjust, we need to adapt, and we need to accommodate ourselves into that. While accommodating, we should do all our work, while we should not be a burden on the things, we should not be a burden on the team. We should accommodate ourselves in such a way so we can contribute to the team's performance in such a way that everybody feels happy accepting us. So, it is an individual quality of getting it. So, whenever we are going to get this quality, so adjust, adopt and accommodate are essential team building and working capacities. Another element which is very much essential for this AAA, if this is there, it is very easy to get this AAA. Let me tell you, where you will be happy to adjust, adapt and accommodate. In what environment will you feel, okay, I can adjust like anything, but in this environment, not in other environment. Or I can adopt any of the situations in this environment, or this type of people, or this type of team. Or I will be happily doing it, actively adopting, or I will be accommodating myself in this environment. I will be rather desperate to getting into that team. Why? So, before that there is a quality of respect. That respect is an element through all this functioning of a team. Because first I need to respect opinions. There I may not be agree with opinions, but I need to respect the opinion even despite I am not agreeing to that. I have to respect, that is that person's opinion. I have to respect, so I can accept that person, he can give a different opinion. What wrong in that? So, if I respect that opinion of that person, then naturally my respect for a person comes in. I will start respecting that person. He is an individual independent identity. When I start respecting opinions and the persons, I will start respecting the group, the whole group. When I start respecting the whole group, naturally whatever the work, whatever the task, whatever the projects this group is carrying on, I will have the respect for that group also and for that work also. My respect for any work which is happening in the group will exhibit. And when I respect any of the work, I do not mind doing any kind of work, not only mine, anybody else's also. So, respecting opinion, respecting person, respecting group, respecting work, and then ultimately naturally we start respecting team. When we start respecting team, naturally it is a good quality. When we start respecting, we feel, oh wonderful, yeah, I feel I am blessed to be a part of this team. So, for adjusting in that team, it will be very easy for me, because I feel happy and blessed to be part of that team. So, adjustment is very easy. I need not to adjust. I feel being happy in that environment, and I start adopting any of the things which I respect naturally. And how I will become accommodating, how I will be accommodating so easily into the group and team, it will be very, very essential aspects. So, start understanding the concept of respect from the perspective of AAA phenomena: adjust, adopt and accommodate. If you imbibe this quality within you, probably you will be the most desired person in a team. You will be most respected person in the team, because respect is always received by giving it. And that is why it is said respect is always commanded, it can never be demanded. I say, okay, nobody is respecting me. Have I checked myself whether I have respected other person? If I am not respecting anyone else, I am not respecting other person, I will not, my respect is also going to hamper. So it's basically an individual quality which helps me imbibing the good teamwork skills. It's an individual, all individuals comes together, it is the similar things for everyone and everybody works together and perform excellent things. So that respect creates a powerful results. So again summarizing, communication consists of active listening, clear and concise communication, conflict resolution. The second, collaboration, willingness to work with others, sharing ideas, providing supports whenever somebody needs in support, I will be there and ready to support without even being asked. That is my proactive role rather. I need to not to wait कि somebody ask me and then I will help. Then there is my element of my ego is there. You need to ask me, then I will work. No, being a part of team, it is my responsibility, rather proactivity to solve these things. So collaboration comes out of it. Problem solving, identifying the problems with fact and figures, not with the emotions and conflicts. Identifying the problems, brainstorming social solutions and making decisions. Critical thinking, we need to analyze everything, facts, its data, analyze it, information, evaluating options, exercise and making sound judgments. It should not be emotional judgment or personal judgment. The another one is adaptability, being flexible and willing to change plans. Adaptability inherently accepts the quality of, once I have decided my plan, once I have formed an opinion, if everything something goes wrong, something better comes out, then my being flexible, giving away, okay, I will leave my plans and no necessary, if better plan is available with other person, I will accept it and I will work with that things. There is no ego element in there. So myself being flexible requires lot of personal noble characteristics of being human. If I am human, I will respect another human like me. So I am not the final and sole authority for everything. And that comes from a respect. Because I respect the other opinion, other person, other group, other work and the outcomes and the teams. So that gives us a beautiful outcome, and working in a team requires working on a self, leading the people. Our role might be as a leader or a team member or a subordinate or a supportive, but some of the fundamental and founding qualities are similar. If we adopt these qualities, if we imbibe these qualities in our personality, I become this. If I become respecting person, naturally I will respect everyone. If I become adjustable person, if I become flexible, I need to understand my flexibility. I need to be flexible. I need to be accepting the differences. So being a good human requires a first quality. Then the second is leading and respecting others gives you a unmatched quality of leading the very good teams. With this, I personally thank the President of Homeopathy Education Board, Dr. Tarkeshwar Jain, the member of the Education Board, Dr. Mankesh Jhatkar, the coordinator, Dr. Kamalendra Tyagi, for giving me this opportunity to present on the teamwork and teamwork skills. I wish you all the very best. I especially thank the chairman of National Commission of Homeopathy, Dr. Anil Khurana, too, for accelerating the implementing the CBDC, competency dynamic curriculum, for the betterment of holistic health for all, for the people of India. Let us wait and contribute into the vision of a visionary Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to have the developed and the best citizens across India throughout these years. We wish we can give the better future for the people of India, rather a healthy India, happy India and empowered India. Congratulations and thank you very much, and I am fortunate enough to be a part of this journey to contribute myself into a better states. Thank you very much.